Welcome everyone, my name is Tan Hua Yu and my normal metric is 281232, and today I'm going to present about the artificial intelligence, and thanks for the opportunity given by my lecturers, Professors Madya, Dr. Izani bin Haji Muhammad Ilyas. And let's continue to the introduction of AI. And AI, for me, I think before 19th century, the AI might be a magical terms for them. But after the AI concept had been claimed by the John McCree in 1956, the AI begin to step in our daily life. John McCree is the America's scientist that developed the computer science. Then after a decade, you can see the Shaky is created in 1969. This is the first purpose mobile robotic. From here we can see the development from the concept to the AI can move around by themselves. That is just how fast the development of the AI. From here we can see that, right? So even though until today the society is full with AI around us, everything is a lot of thing is AI, from the software, from the social media, from the smart home device. In gaming we have the AI board, we have the NPC. In the calculation we have the software like the SPSS help us to calculate the data and plot the graph and something like that. Even though nowadays, if not wrong, in the past few years, they have the artificial intelligence that have claimed the citizen and the passport. So from here we can see in the futures how the AI will develop and will go into the which direction. And let's continue to the Alan Tuning's test. Why I want to I will present this in the artificial intelligence presentation, because I think the tuning test is one of the foundation for the AI to develop. Okay, from this, let's start with the history of the Alan Turing test. Alan Turing is a person that have invited by the UK government and some of the professors to help to decode the ENIGMA cryptography machines, that is the encryption device used by the German government, German military that time. They use these machines, then they communicate with their allies. So the UK need to decode what the message is, and in the short period, So at that time, the Alan Tunings is working with the others professors, because when we want to decode some encryptions message, it have a lot of the possibility. So we need take a lot of the time to solve a lot of the data. So from there, I think they have created some simple machine or computer to help them solve it. So after that time, the Alan Turing have created the first model computer. And after a few years, the idea comes to the Alan Turing. I think the Alan Turing is a interesting man, because he published a papers that say, can the machine think? From here begin the concept of also begin the concept of the computer science. So after that, the Alan Turing is trying to develop in the field of the AI, and the Alan Turing has found one Turing test that have the ability to determine whether the computer or the machines can be the AI. From here you can see the Turing test is have three participants. Two is the responder, one is computer responder and one is human, and one is the human questioner. So the questioner will start to ask the questions, and then the human and the computer will reply the answer until a short period. The human questioner need to identify which of them is the computer or the machine or human. So if the questioners cannot define which one is the computer, that means that the computer or the machine have generate the AI inside their system. So let's continue to the next slide. Okay, artificial intelligence now. From the Shake It that we intro before, you see, this is the first robotic have AI has been developed, and then until the Deep Blue computer, that is the Chase AI. They developed it purposely to defeat the the chess champion in the world at that time. And until today, we have the dancing robot. Dancing. This is like the model like the dog, and then this is more like the human. And then have the speech recognitions AI, and then until the commercial product, the smart home device. Let's continue to next. Where the artificial intelligence in our real life. From here we can see we can categorize them into two parts. From here we can normally categorize into the four main type, which is the speech recognitions like the phone, like the Siris, like the Google Assistant, like the Alexa AI that help us. They can recognize the speech when we speak. They can catch the keyword and then they can reply to the actions or maybe answer it by using the AI technologies. Yeah. The object detections, like the CCTV, like the auto swimming machine, they can detect the object. From there, they can detect the object and then they can make the next movements. Just like the CCTV, they can detect if someone, then you make the info. What you make the alert notifications to the homeowner. Yeah. For the next one is the solving problem and learning from the given data. From here we can see again with the SPSS, the statistics software, we input the data and then the software will help us to process and plot the graph and then solve, and that is the solving problem and learning from the given data category. For the last one is the planning and approach for the future tasks to be done. This AI might be created in the futures, but not the intro yet from any of the scientists, but maybe in still in development. Yeah. So we continue to the weak and strong AI. From here we can see the weak AI have the reactive machine, just like the Deep Blue Chase AI. They can react to the movement that we put, like we play the chess, we make the next move, and then they detect the movement. They will make the predictions what the move you will make, and then they will make their move. And then for the other one is the limited memory, just like the Google Map, Waze, and website cookie calculator. Let's say, example, you search in the Google's about the headphone, maybe, and about the Korean food. So the next day, maybe you use the Google Map, you trying to go to a specific locations, then there will the Google will have the link, have the memory, right? So they will try to suggest you go to the Korean restaurant as a stop. Maybe goes to the store that have sells the headset because the AI have the limited memory of the past. So continue with the strong AI. From here we can see these two category is slightly infection, like the theory of mind. This means that the AI have their own mind, then they can move by their own mind. Like they see us sit at a place, they want to be friend of us, so they coming to us just by his own mind, not programmed, right? Then for the self-awareness AI is just like the friction movie, like the Vision, Ultron. They may be develop some emotions that we had to predict their response. So this one maybe in futures they might be happening. Okay, so we continue to the next slide. Okay, this is how AI work. From here we can see this have two main categories. One is the symbolic learning here, and then one is the machine learning. From here we know that the symbolic learning is more to the computer visions. That means that the AI can look and recognize what they see. Yeah. And after that is the image processing, this lead the AI can remember they watch the image, then can remember the scene of them, which play is that. And then the robotic, like we said before, like the Seki, they can move around by their own, by planning some program inside them. Then from here, which is the database, we can simply say that it's like the database, and it's like our brain. From here we can see here have the machine learning. This is more like our database for the AI. From here we can develop into the pattern recognition, so that like the human, we can recognize the pattern in a group of something, so we can recognize which one is this, which one is that. Then the machine learning also develop into the statistic learning. Statistical learning is just like the speech recognitions, just like we said that like the series, they can recognize our sound is statistic. And after that, develop the natural language of process. This one is the AI, to enable the AI to read the text in a language. So the most important one is the deep learning. This is like the internal brains of us, because the deep learning is developed to solve the complex things and complex data in a different dimensions and something like that. From the deep learning, we can simply divide into the neural network. It's just like our brain, the restructures. The neural network is just like our brain is restructure our brain structure. Then they can proceed like the input layer, and then have the hidden layer, 2 layer with 16 code each line, and then come with the output. And then next one is the recurrent neural network, that's able the AI to have a short limited memory, just like we said before. So after this, have the convolutions neural network. This able the AI to recognize part of the image. Then they can use the image and predict what is this, the what is this picture's background or something, or the object, something like that. Then it also link with the computer vision that we say before. So if two of them is linking together, so they can generate the object recognition. So they can recognize the object, like we see the lions first, then we can know that, oh, this is lion. The AI can make like that. Okay, let's continue to the next slide. The machines learning and the deep learning. What is machine learning? From here we can see the machine learning is more to the algorithms of and the functions that we have put inside. So in the machine learning, they have 3 main category, which is the supervision learning, unsupervised learning, and the reinforcement learning. From here we can see the supervision learning is like we put some formula inside the system, then the AI will try to what try to follow the function, then proceed with the input, then come out with the data. For the unsupervised supervisions learning, it's just like we did not put any of the function inside the AI, but the AI can proceed the data and come up with the output that we want. Like auto lah, this one. But for the last one is the reinforcement learning. This one is more like the supervision learning, but we have one more step. If the supervision learning, we put the formula inside the system, then they proceed with the output, right? But if the output is wrong, so we give the feedback to them, so they will reinforce their memory, and then they will proceed again, and then come up with the right output. This is the reinforcement learning. And then coming to the deep learning, as we say, the deep learning is the sectors that help to solve the complex things and design according to our brains the neural network. From here we see we have three layers. One is the input layers, is like the pixel have 20x times 28 pixels of one of the image like a 9, right? So we get 784 pixel input. So if the first input, let's say lah, have 784 input, then come to the hidden layer. This hidden layer have two line. One line have 60, so have 32 32 32 hidden layer that have the activations of the functions. And coming up to the output layer, the output layer, so they can determine from the input is this okay. From here we can see they can proceed the image pixel given the 9 number, and then going to the hidden layer and then proceed with the active and functions, and then coming to the output layer. Is that a 9 or is that a 1 or maybe a 6, maybe like that. So for the example of the output example of the deep learning, so example of the deep learning used in the customer support in a lot of the website and company use that. So for the example of the deep learning, it's just like the customer support, like the TM customer support and something like that. They proceed the questions and then they match with the keyword inside the functions, then it will activate which response should they take and should they respond to use. Okay, let's continue to the next slide. This is about the AI in the futures that people wants to, and if you use AI in the future, in my opinions, from the AI in the futures that I predict will go, is the AI can work independently and have their own mind, and maybe in the futures we have create the strong AI, just like we said the Ultron, right? So that can create their own emotions, and maybe the AI robot may be mass produced to help human or be our friends maybe, and the AI may make the replacement with our tasks. So maybe in the futures, a lot of the humans cannot do the what? Maybe the simple task, or maybe a lot of the job will be replaced by the AI. So a lot of us will lost the job, but maybe create something that we can do, yeah, in the future. The AI future is, in my opinions, I think the AI will have the citizens, and some of the humans may be implant the AI chips inside our brain, like the Elon Musk says. They want to develop some chips to help us to process the data faster. Like the Alan Tuning's process, the data is coming with a lot of the professions and with the computers to process the encryption meshes. That might be happen in the future. We just simply use the chip and then we proceed it in a few seconds. Yeah. And AI might be the part of the life in the futures, and AI become unbeatable because the AI is more smarter than us, and then they don't have the body. If even they have the body, also might stronger than us, our body structure. Then AI maybe boost the development of the civilizations. So when the I think lah, in my opinion, when the AI introduced, they might boost all the society. The civilization because they process the data faster and then the efficient, then they not need to rest. This is because they are the machines, so I think they will be a booster for civilization. And the last one is the AI might be our friend. This future I think might be happen in maybe 1 or 2 or 3 more decade maybe, but I still hope is the AI develop in a good way. We can live peaceful with the AI. I think that's all from me. Thank you.